Starting in a neutral position, engaging your core, pulling your belly button into your spine, taking a nice deep breath in, and on your exhale, tucking your chin in and curving down through your spine, each vertebrae at a time, and just letting that body hang. Have a think about where feels tight, relaxing with that breath, and on the next exhale, slowly rolling back up into your starting position. Taking a nice deep breath in at the top, tucking that chin in, on the exhale, curving down through the spine as if you're peeling your body off of the wall. And again, just letting any tension go through the shoulders, the head, back, hips and knees. And on the next exhale, rolling back up into that neutral position. Taking a deep breath in, tucking that chin in, rolling all the way down. And again, just letting that body hang. If you'd like to, holding onto your elbows with the opposite hand and gently rocking from side to side, whatever feels good for you. If you need to bend your knees here, that's absolutely fine. On your next exhale, rolling back up into that neutral starting position, taking a nice deep breath in. Exhaling, we're going to come all the way down again, nice and slowly, this time grabbing hold of our ankles, bending the knees, and then straightening the legs as much as you feel comfortable to do so. And keep moving through that knee bend and extend. Nice deep breaths. And when you're ready, on the exhale, rolling all the way up through the spine, taking a nice deep breath in. And again, on the exhale, we're going to tuck that chin in, coming all the way down, and this time rolling all the way out into our 4-point position. As you exhale now, we're going to lift the back, pulling as if you got a piece of string all the way up towards the sky, tucking in your chin and your bum. As you inhale, we're going to nice and slowly arch the back, dropping the tummy down, lifting the chest and your tailbone. Moving through this sequence, breathing in with the cow pose, breathing out with the cat pose. Moving with the breath, keeping the core engaged throughout. Now we're going to take a bit of movement through the top of the body. So taking a nice deep breath in, and on your next exhale, lifting your right hand and bringing it through the middle between your left hand and your left knee. Keeping your gaze over your fingers, breathing in back to center and alternating from left to right. Each time just trying to stretch that little bit further, keeping that core engaged throughout and working with the breath. From here, we're going to come into a nice child's pose stretch. So bringing your knees slightly wider, bringing those big toes together, and then gently pushing your hands all the way forward, bringing your body closer to the mat. Taking that focus back to your breath, taking a nice big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and with every out breath just sinking into that mat and lengthening through your body, pushing those hands that little bit further. I want you to imagine with every inhale, you're inhaling calm, and with every exhale, you're releasing any tension from your body. We're now going to bring a nice stretch through the front of our thighs and hips. So taking your left leg in front of you with a nice wide stance, gently resting that right knee on the floor, we're going to take a nice big deep breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to lean into that front leg just ever so slightly, pushing those hips forward so you can feel the stretch at the front of your thigh. With every in-breath, we're going to move back to our starting position, and then with every exhale, we're just going to come forward that little bit further so you can feel that stretch, ensuring it's not a strain. When you're ready, nice and slowly, changing legs, and the same on the other side, working with that breath so you can feel that stretch through the front of your thigh and hip. It's important to keep your core engaged throughout this exercise to support your spine and also ensure that you're not hyperextending your lower back. Now we're going to come into a nice comfortable lying position on your back, bringing your feet and knees together, extending those arms out to either side, engaging that core and just gently rocking your knees from side to side, slowly lowering about 1 centimetre at a time or whatever feels good for your body. When you feel you can, bring those knees all the way down to your left, taking that gaze all the way over your right hand so you feel that stretch all the way through the right side of your body and hips. Taking that focus back to your breath, and with every out breath just trying to sink into that stretch that little bit more. Slowly, when you're ready, bringing your knees all the way back up to the center and taking your time to drop them down to the right and taking your gaze over to that left hand. Again, keeping that core strong throughout and focusing on the breath. From here, we're going to bring your legs up to center again, and then nice and slowly dropping your right knee down towards the floor, opening up the hips, so dropping down with your out breath and bringing back to that starting position with your in breath. And we're going to do this a couple of times, and then when you're ready, we're going to slowly lower that right leg all the way down and hold, releasing any tension through the hips. And you can also feel that on the inside of your thigh. Taking that focus back to that breath, really thinking about filling those lungs, opening up those ribs with the inhale and breathing out through the mouth with that exhale. Keeping that core engaged throughout. When you're ready, bringing that right leg up to meet your left, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So nice and slowly dropping that left knee down with that out breath and coming back up with that in breath. Just working with what feels good for you and your body. And then after a couple of repetitions, when you're ready, just nice and slowly lowering that left knee all the way down so you feel that stretch through your hips and the inside of your thigh. Nice and slowly coming up to center, and then when you're ready, gently bringing your knees in towards your chest, rocking from side to side, pushing that lower back down into the mat, giving your lower back a lovely massage out. You might like to bring those knees into some circular movements in one direction or the other, or stick with rocking to side to side. It's whatever feels good for you and your body. Relaxing those feet down onto the floor, we're now going to extend that right leg out, bringing it up towards you, grabbing hold of your trouser leg if you can, or wrapping your hands around your leg so you can feel that stretch all the way down the back of your right leg. Again, working with the breath, we can point and flex the toes with the in breath and then point the heels with the out breath. Focusing on feeling that stretch through the back of the legs, and with every out breath just sinking into that stretch that little bit more. When you're ready, nice and slowly lowering that leg down to the floor and then change legs. Focusing on that breath. Big deep breath in through that nose. Inhaling calm and exhaling any tension through your body and your mind. Remembering you can move through that heel toe action if that feels good for you. We're now going to bring our right foot onto our left knee, gently popping your right hand onto your right knee and just pushing your leg away from you. You can stay here or bring your left leg in towards you so you start to feel that stretch on the outside of your right hip and into your bum. Working with that breath, with every out breath, just bringing that left leg a little bit closer towards you or pushing that right knee away from you to increase that stretch and lengthen through those muscles. When you're ready, nice and slowly changing legs, we're bringing that left foot onto that right knee. You can gently push that left knee out with your left hand or bring that right leg in towards you, grabbing hold of your trouser leg or giving your leg a nice cuddle, just making sure that you are keeping those shoulders away from your ears and down towards the mat. Again, working with that breath to lengthen those muscles. Slowly lowering your body down to the floor, taking your time to come all the way over onto your stomach. Bringing your left hand under your forehead and your right foot up towards your bum. Bringing that right hand onto your foot so you can feel that stretch all the way through the front of your thigh. Taking a nice big deep breath in, and as you exhale, just let those hips sink into the mat, being careful not to hyperextend your lower back. If you do get any pain in your lower back doing this, just pop your head directly down onto the mat rather than on your forearm. When you're ready, changing sides, bringing that right hand under your forehead and your left foot up towards your bum. Again, keeping that core engaged throughout. On your out breath, just pushing those hips into that mat so you can really feel that stretch through the front of your hips and your thigh. Working with that breath to relax into that stretch with every exhale. Nice and slowly pushing all the way back onto your knees, coming up into a seated position. And we're going to push back now into a downward dog. So tucking your toes under, bringing your hands in front of you, pushing through the palms of your hands, lifting your bum up towards the sky and letting those heels drop, ensuring that your core feels engaged throughout. You can keep your legs here, or if you want to bring a little bit of a paddle in through the knees and ankles, you can do so. It's whatever feels good for you and your body. From there, nice and slowly stepping up or rolling up through the spine into a standing position, interlocking your fingers and pushing your hands all the way out in front of you. Imagining your shoulder blades in your back opening up so you feel that stretch all the way through the top of your back and shoulders. When you are ready, nice and slowly popping those hands onto the bottom of your back, bringing those elbows together so you feel that stretch through your chest and shoulders. Again, with all of these stretches, working with the breath with every exhale to nice and slowly increase the stretch. From there, we're going to give your shoulders a bit of an extra stretch by bringing that right arm all the way across your body, nice and straight with that left arm over the top, being careful to avoid your elbow. Pulling that arm in towards you, you should feel stretch all the way across your shoulders. Relaxing into it with every out breath, just bringing that arm that little bit closer towards you. Relaxing those shoulders down when you are finished, taking a nice big deep breath in, and as you exhale, bringing one ear down to one shoulder so you feel that stretch all the way down the side of your neck. So if you're bringing your ear to your right shoulder, you want to drop that left shoulder down with every out breath, increasing that stretch. When you are ready, slowly coming back up to the center. Thank you.